Hey guys, it's Jen here, and I'm going to tell you why when playing mini golf, I can't help but nab a pink ball. It's the lasting effect of Kirby's Dream Course, a mini golf style game starring our favorite citizen of Dreamland. Released in 1995 for the Super Nintendo, this isometric Kirby game was developed by HAL Laboratory. That name should sound slightly familiar to Nintendo fans, as they are the developers of massive titles like Earthbound and the Super Smash Bros. Series. This is demonic mini golf, but with Kirby as the ball. You have to bounce into enemies to destroy them, the last of which turns into the hole. Some enemies are to be avoided and can't be taken down, like the stupid smug tree faces. I hate those freaking trees. Every time I bounce into one, it makes me want to break my controller. This was the first Kirby game I ever played. I know it might seem like ultimate blasphemy, but the game still ranks up there as my second favorite Kirby title. Ah, the sweet sound of Kirby dropping into the hole is music to my ears. I spent one solid summer between 5th and 6th grade getting medals on every course, attempting any and all hole-in-ones I could manage. Playing the game now, I feel like I must have been some sort of child wizard because I'm finding even the simplest of courses tough to get bronze on. The knowledge of where to hit Kirby and how hard seems to have disappeared along with my Pog collection. Dream Course rewards gathering gold medals by unlocking harder versions of previously beaten courses. I'm a sucker for games that utilize a system of revisits to levels I've conquered with an up difficulty. It's a design choice that does not impede forward progress throughout gameplay for lighter players, but also gives skilled players something more to do. An interesting addition to this game is a life meter. With the genre leaning more in the sports direction, I didn't really expect to be concerned about my HP. I like that I can't just haphazardly bounce around and off the course without being penalized. Every time you smack Kirby around, you lose HP, denoted by tomatoes. There are even those nasty enemies that you can't kill, but can do major damage to you. For a Super Nintendo title that feels pretty basic, the overall gameplay is quite complex. Various power-ups play on tougher enemies and obstacles within each level. If you properly utilize the power-ups you are given, you can nab those coveted hole-in-ones. The sound effects are spectacular, the music is so sweet, it brings everything you'd expect from a classic Super Nintendo game to the table. It's just the perfect retro game to dig out of your closet and spend a few hours with. The more difficult courses end up getting into advanced geometry for successful completion, but you can still legitimately beat the game by bouncing around trying to find a viable solution. Two-player mode is a well-designed fight to the finish. You can bump your opponent out of the way, knock them off the level, and steal their stars, all in the name of coming out on top. Whoever gets to the hole first collects that 2-star bonus. This take on two-player golf is spectacular. It makes things so much more competitive. I found myself always trying to psych the second player out, warning them of the retribution I would exact if they even touched my Kirby. Like I said before, I was pretty good at this game when I was about 11. It goes down in history as the only game in which I could crush my older brother. Something about the development of Kirby's Dream Course does bother me to no end. It's the lack of interest in creating a new title. This might be the only Super Nintendo game featuring an iconic character in a sports-style setting that didn't receive a reboot for the Wii. That's so frustrating to me because this game just screams, "Put me on a Wii! Update my graphics! Nostalgia!" This game is made for everyone. If you love Kirby, he's your ball. If you hate him, you can knock him about a bit. Any way you crush through this game is guaranteed to entertain. If you've never had a chance to play this classic title, I highly suggest dusting off the cartridge and giving Kirby's Dream Course your best shot.